On first down, they hand off to Marlon Mack. Huge hole, 50-yard line. He's at the 40, still going near sideline. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Marlon Mack. Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And again, it's picked off. It's Darius Leonard. Leonard with his second INT, and he's streaking down the near sideline. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's going to go. A pick six for the Maniac.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What is up, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. You guys, a lot of you have been hanging out with Cody today. Hopefully that was a good time. And guys, we're here to rejoice today. The Colts have won for the first time this season. It only took to week 2 to do it, but the Colts won in dominating fashion, beating the Minnesota Vikings at home 28-11. Cody, how are you feeling, my guy?
Woo, let's go. Yes. That was a great win. Great stream, great win. I loved it, man. It was a great day.
Hey, definitely, man. I gotta drink to that, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Ooh. Oh, so exciting, guys. Finally good to feel the winning vibes. It'll make the rest of my weekend feel really good. So
yes.
Let's get into some comments here, guys. We're going to have some discussion about this game today. Let's go, Colts Nation. Matthew Green, what's up? Alan James, what's up? Let's go. Almost a no touchdowns for the Vikings. Way to go, Eberflus. Yeah, absolutely, man. We're going to talk about that defense today. There's a lot to like about it. Alie-Cox was outstanding, especially late. I got 3 words. You like that? You like that?
I do like that.
I do like that. Thank you, Kirk Cousins. I do like that.
Thank you for 3 interceptions. I really appreciate it. 3
Let's
gifts.
Let's go, baby. Absolutely. Justin, what's up, Mod? LMAO, let's go. What's up? Mo was an absolute beast. Absolutely. Mo looked great. The defense came to play today, and JT ran for over 100 yards. Hope that Paris is okay. We'll talk about Paris a little bit too. But, Cody, I want you to know this. I don't know if you saw on the broadcast or not, but Fox said that JT is the first Indianapolis Colt rookie to rush for 100 yards in a game since I think it was Vic Ballard did it back in 2012, I believe. So it's been almost a decade, guys, since we've had a rookie running back run for 100 yards in a game, and Jonathan Taylor did it today. Had a near 4 yards a carry today. Definitely looked really, really good out there today. A much more efficient day running the football, and it's great to see.
Yes, it is, indeed. And that was something we said the Colts need to get back to, is their identity, running the dang ball. And Jonathan Taylor, 26 carries, 101 yards, a touchdown, his first career touchdown today. And also Jordan Wilkins added a lot. He had 9 carries. We thought anywhere from 5 to 10. He has 9 for 40 yards, averages 4.4 yards a carry. Overall, the Colts get back to their identity. They outrun the Vikings, who have over 150 yards rushing. Great day for this running attack.
There are 70 of you in the chat right now. Thank you to everyone watching. Let's celebrate a Colts victory today, boys. I'm not in the mood to talk football right now. Our favorite Jags fan here, they lost to the Titans today by 3. So another close game for them today, although they end up with the losing column this time.
Yes.
I figured we would win this game, but not by that big of a margin. I'm pleasantly surprised. Absolutely. Sacks and pressures all day long. We're going to talk about that some more. Absolutely. Let's see here. Ray Lewis dance for the defensive onslaught. All right, I think I'll have to do it at the end of the stream when everybody's here. I guess I'll have to. Oh, great. It was great to see Houston and Buckner in at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see them play. They had that sack at the end of the game too, with them together. That was great. So proud of my team. Absolutely dominated today. I want more. Devin Church, absolutely. What's up, man? Good to have you in here. And yeah, dude, that defense made me want to run through a freaking brick wall. Like, seriously, they were dominant, bro. I only saw one half of a football game, but that half of a football game right there reminds me of what this defense can actually look like. It really does.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Tyquan Lewis with the sack.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tyquan Lewis with the freaking sack. Let's go. Taking advantage of that right guard. Did you notice that, Cody? They were doing that all game long, taking advantage of him.
Yeah, DeForest Buckner on one play. He didn't get the sack. He destroyed him.
Destroyed
Kirk
Kirk
was
Cousins.
Crazy. He destroyed that right guard. Like, he literally, like, destroyed him like he was a baby. Like, he just threw him to the side. It was crazy. Yeah, DeForest Buckner had a great day. A sack and a half. And, you know, he split that with Justin Houston. He was the force all day long. And
3
that is
tackles.
what you needed to see.
He had 4 QB hits
And a
in
safety
today's game. He
as
had
well.
4. What's up?
He had a safety, too.
And he had the safety. So Buckner was very efficient today. Buckner was the DeForest Buckner we were wanting to see him be. This is what we want him to look like. Let's see. I want to see more of today's Ty Lewis. Yeah, I want to see more of that. I want to see Tyquan get a few more of that. Kelvin Beatty, what's up, Kelvin? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Must be feeling good after that. 2, we lost by 3. I want to see the Texans get destroyed by Baltimore, but I'm stuck with the KC game. Oh, man, that sucks, bro.
Dude, I have to just say something. I almost thought about dropping the Colts defense for fantasy today. Almost did it. But I was like, I don't know. It's Kirk Cousins. And so I decided to keep it, and I am glad I did.
100 of you in the chat right now. You all are freaking hyped. Let's bring the freaking juice, baby.
Yes, sir. Oh, my gosh. And then I had a great day in fantasy, dude. Holy crap.
Chug a freaking beer, y'all. I'm fucking hyped. Let's go. We freaking won. You
Finally.
all like that. You know you do.
Oh, dude,
man.
I'm like, my throat is dry, man, like from talking all
From
that.
talking
Holy
so much.
crap.
If anyone that was in the stream today, thank you.
Yes,
I'll probably
thank
do it another time, but I just couldn't. I was at work for half of the game today, so that's unfortunate. But
we'll definitely co-team it, because there was times where I was like, oh, man, I would love to have Derek's like commentary right now.
just like commentate for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was actually half tempted to do that in today's game, but I was just like, I was wanting to just relax because I was just getting home. So, hell of a game. We brought the juice, boys. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yes, we did. Oh, yeah.
We won, but damn, those injuries are detrimental. We only had the 2 today, though, right? I mean, Paris Campbell and Matthew Adams. I mean, outside or Malik Hooker, yes, but we don't know the extent of Malik Hooker's injury, though, so we don't know that.
And it's like, it was weird because it's like, yeah, that sucks, but like we have Julia Blackman, so it's not that big of a loss, if that makes sense. Because Julian Blackman, he balled out today. He really did.
Yeah. The Julian Blackman definitely did. We're going to talk about that. How good was that? Yeah, for real, though. What's up, guys? I told you all they got this. James, you told us, bro. Hey, our boy Kurtz 101. We brought the juice. Just need to fix the dumb penalties. We look good today. JT helped my fantasy immensely. Yeah, I mean, he had 17 points today because he had the 100 yards and a touchdown. So he definitely had a good fantasy day today.
Yeah, he did.
Those stupid penalties. I'll tell you what, there was a couple of those that were like, are you serious? Why are you calling that?
Yeah.
Like, the one where Michael Pittman got the first block in the back. That one was bullshit. That was bad. That was a really bad call. He barely even touched him, and he pushed Harrison Smith into Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
He pushed him into him, if anything. Like, that's funny. But the second one, yeah, he definitely did. I'd rather see the maniac dance given the circumstances. Hey, I might do it. It just depends. I'd have to look it up because I got to remember he does this, right?
Yeah.
That's what that is. All right. I got you. But Devin, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you to one of our members there. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Where are we freaking at, man? Where are we at? Just keep going here. Well, I mean, let's just talk. Let's talk, Cody, about just some of the aspects of this game. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, that there's just a ton of you talking, but thank you all to everyone that's in the chat. The 110 of you watching right now. Thank you to every single one of you. May not be able to get to everybody's comments, but hopefully we can answer some of your comments here by talking about the game. let's talk here about Phillip Rivers, man. I was heated on the stream yesterday. People talking about Phillip Rivers being trash. Well, I mean, he certainly didn't look trash again this week, didn't he, Cody?
No, he didn't. And the one interception wasn't his fault either. So he was very efficient today. I mean, I would like to see a little bit more, like, a little bit more from the passing game. But overall, I mean, he wasn't bad. Like, he wasn't a bad quarterback today. I mean, he was efficient. He was what he needed to be,
Yeah, Hooker probably should get traded at some point, but I'm not going to make assumptions. I don't know what Ballard thinks, but that could potentially be a possibility. Anyone's on the trade block at any time, and given Hooker's situation, you never know.
I feel like the defense was just so much more like they knew what they were doing. And like with Malik Hooker, it seems like there's times where they're like very confused and out of position. So I'm like, is that the reason?
Even though he had a couple of good tackles today, didn't he? Hooker had a couple of them?
He had sort of, I mean, he was okay. He got a dumb penalty too.
Oh yeah.
And like a late hit, like kind of thing. And I'm just like, why would you do that?
Well, guys, let's talk about Phillip Rivers here. Let's just throw away the interception that he threw because he didn't throw that. That was Alie-Cox's fault. He went 19 of 24 today for 214 yards. So 8.5 yards per throw, a touchdown, and was only sacked 2 times today and had a QB rating of 97.8. I'll take that any day of the week, Cody. I mean, I know that he threw almost half the amount of times that he threw last week, but he certainly looked really good, man. He looked like he knew wherever he was going.
He did. Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, I really liked what I saw from Phillip Rivers today. He took care of the ball, and
oh my gosh, I just saw the play. Yeah, that's the play I was talking about. That's the play to Buckner. Oh my God, real Andy Keller just sent me that video you were talking about. Buckner destroying that right guard. Oh my God, that side arm, that arm though, Jesus!
I know
he threw the man with his arm. Jesus,
dude, this defensive line was good today.
It was good today, man. But let's not talk about them just yet. We're going to talk about them in here in a little bit. But I guess what we can basically say is Phillip Rivers had himself a good day today. He didn't have an amazing day, but he had an efficient and very good day today.
He did, and he didn't force any passes, which is huge. I mean, really, there was no passes that I can look at. I mean, there was one that could have been intercepted, but there's a penalty on it. That's the only one I can think of. Yeah, he put the ball in harm's way at all, and that's what you need from him. You need to be up like that so he doesn't feel the need to go and like we saw last week when he threw up 46 times, he forces a couple if he feels like he has to. He didn't feel like he had to, and that was huge. That was ultimately a big reason why the Colts didn't turn it over. Besides that one you talked about with Alie-Cox.
Oh, God. Ricky Freezer's back in here again. Talking about the freaking throw. Okay, so here's the thing. Since we're talking about it, let's just skip the running attack for a second since we're already on Rivers. How concerning should we be about T.Y. Hilton, dude? I know he had a couple of receptions later in the game that kind of made up for the one that he had. But, I mean, that Rivers threw a 50-yard bomb to freaking T.Y. Hilton. It landed in his hip pocket, and he didn't catch it for a touchdown. How concerning is that?
It's a little bit concerning, for sure. I mean, it's been back-to-back catchable balls that he's just dropped. And so I don't know if it's just a mental thing with him. I don't know what the deal is because, he said, he watched those drops, from last week over and over and over again. And he goes out and does that again. But, I mean, he made up for it a little bit with, later on in the game. He had a nice catch down the field. But, yeah, it's just you don't like to see that from your veteran, your leader in that receiving group. But I don't know. Hopefully that helped him a little bit with that nice catch. But, yeah, a little bit concerning for me, quite honestly.
Yeah, it was just weird to see him just continue to drop balls that were difficult. Here's the thing. I don't care. People are arguing about the semantics of how Rivers threw that ball. I don't care whether he had no zip on it or too much zip on it. I don't care. If it hits Hilton's hands, he's got to catch it. Yep. It's for real. It's ridiculous. And Ricky, dude, quit it with this passing game doesn't win 8 games. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Rivers is throwing 78% on the year. 78%. How is that not going to win us football games?
Right. He should have had 2 touchdowns today.
And he should have had 2 touchdowns if Hilton didn't drop it. Now, here's what he's saying. He's saying, is Hilton washed?
I wouldn't say that. It's way too early to say that.
Ricky, he also had a touchdown that was dropped, a pick that was not his fault that Alie-Cox dropped, and another player got it. So, Ricky, you got no argument here, bro. Okay, mods, can we get him out of here? Like, seriously, can we get him out? Yeah. Mods, can we remove Ricky? I don't want him talking anymore in here. He's seriously he's dropping F-bombs. I don't need this.
I got him.
I don't need this. Just mute him.
He's blocked. He's out of here.
Out of here. Thank you. I don't need that.
Yeah.
You can have your opinions, but if you're gonna start calling people names, I really don't want to deal with that.
It's probably time to grow up at that point.
Yeah, for real. You don't need to drop F-bombs if you're securing your own opinion, bro. Seriously, not a reason. But anyway, let's go to the receiving group here. Since we're talking about T.Y. Hilton, let's just go ahead and talk about the rest of the group. Alie-Cox led the day, bro. 5 catches for 111 yards, 22 yards per catch. Didn't have the touchdown, but obviously he had that one drop, obviously. And it was the only time he did not catch the ball all game that he was targeted. He caught every other pass that was thrown to him, especially that one in the third quarter where he went up and got it. Mm-hmm. That's the great thing, Cody, about Alie-Cox, and that's why I think we should use him more often, is because he can go up and get those. How many corners are going to stop that? How many linebackers are going to stop that?
For sure.
I didn't expect this kind of game out of him, though. 5 catches for over 100 yards?
Yeah.
That is crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Do you want an update on the Paris Campbell news?
Yeah, sure.
Sort of. Reich said it didn't look good, so that's concerning.
That's concerning, but let's hope it's nothing. Let's hope it's something he misses a couple weeks and comes back. But let's yeah. But I mean, you know, again, I don't know with Hooker. I don't know with Campbell. I don't know. It's just something he's just gonna have to get better. But I mean, again, there was somebody said in here, how would you grade Rivers today? What would you grade him today?
Probably a B, honestly, and that's fine. Like, I mean, I think overall, you know, I would have liked to see a little bit more from the passing game, but he was efficient beyond all doubt. So I'm okay with what he did. I mean, he didn't have to be A+. He doesn't have to be A+. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Probably B+. B+,
Okay.
fringe A-, because I don't even count that interception as his fault because he threw it right on the money.
Right.
And I mean, when you throw 78% on the day and you throw for over 200 yards and you had a 97.8 rating, I mean, he had himself a good game and he was very efficient.
Yeah.
He was putting the ball where it belonged. I mean, he had one bad throw to Pittman, but I think him and Pittman just had I think those two weren't in sync with where that ball was supposed to go. Right. Pittman just went a different direction and didn't go with it. But I mean, let's talk about Pittman. Pittman had 4 catches today for 37 yards. That's 9 yards per catch, a long of 16. T.Y. Hilton had 3 catches today for 28 yards. Zach Pascal had 3 for 19 yards. He had that one touchdown in the third quarter after that Alie-Cox catch. Jonathan Taylor had 2 catches today for 9 yards. Ashton Doolin had that one in the fourth quarter. Naheem Hines had a catch for 4 yards. So again, like the ball's being spread around and nobody was really dominant today other than Alie-Cox, but apparently that was all they needed.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Rivers likes to do, man. He likes to get everybody involved, and I love to see that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it was a good day for everybody.
And the rushing attack, I mean, Jonathan Taylor did get the majority of the snaps, 26 carries for 101 yards. So just shy of 4 yards a carry, and obviously had a touchdown. So, I mean, guys, he definitely lifted quite a load today, but he definitely was much more efficient. And then Jordan Wilkins had 9 carries for 40 yards, most of them being in the second half. I think that's the great thing about this team, Cody, is that you have 2 running backs still. You have 2 running backs still that you can put one of them in the first half. They run all over the team. And then in the second half, you have another one that just is fresh and ready to go. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's incredible. And so the Colts finished with 40 rushes from everyone altogether for 151 yards, so 3.8 yards a carry and 1 touchdown. So that was a very efficient running attack this week, Cody. Much better than what we saw against the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1.
For sure. They finally got back to their identity, which was weird that they kind of abandoned it after Marlon Mack went down. So it's great to see, man, them getting back into it. Great to see Jonathan Taylor. It's only his second game. He's already ran for 100 yards. I mean, he's already doing stuff already in week 2. So it's great to see him already. Just continuing to dominate.
Already dominating, yeah. And still hasn't fumbled yet. Andy Keller with the $2 super chat. Hooker with a possible torn ACL per Stephen Holder. All right, so we're assuming that's what it is. Dang, that sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah,
that's why you
sounds like
Julian Blackman, though, I guess.
Yeah, it's why you got Blackman. Blackman certainly fit the part today. But Andy Keller, thank you very much again for the super chat. And that sucks. We'll have to probably make a video about Hooker and them missing.
Here's one potentially. I don't know how true this is.
He said it wasn't confirmed yet, though, but he's saying it's possible. That's
right. This one's on Paris Campbell. Potentially an MCL sprain and short-term injury. That would be big if it was true.
That would be so freaking big, dude. He'd miss like a month, maybe 6 weeks at the most.
By the way, this is not Colts news, but the Chargers are starting Justin Herbert right now.
Hey. Oh, man.
Interesting.
All right. Well, again, guys, the Colts offense had a very efficient day with just the receivers, the running back, and Phillip Rivers all together. I mean, how would you rank this offense today, man? I'd probably say it was a solid B. It was a solid B because I felt like they moved the ball much more efficiently today. They run blocked much better today. The offensive line deserves a lot of credit for that. Passing offense was still efficient. Running game was still efficient. Everything else. So no issues there. So I think they still didn't capitalize super great in the red zone as much as I wish they would have. But again, they moved the ball so well and they were able to put themselves in better positions to score this week. So that's why I give them a B.
I'd probably do a B-. I mean, honestly, just the red zone, like they should have scored a lot more points than they did.
Yeah.
And so that's my biggest thing is like the red zone. Obviously that turnover kind of hurt, but I think the defense was a big reason why you won, honestly.
And that's where we're just about to talk about. But Samuel Gick with the $3 super chat. Need more fullback depth. Arguably our biggest weakness.
Fullback.
Freaking fullback. I freaking guys with these freaking fullbacks. You guys are funny when you talk about fullbacks, but whatever. Let's go into the defense, man. All right. Let's get into the defense here. So the biggest tacklers today, the top 3 tacklers of the day were Darius Leonard with 6 total tackles, a tackle for a loss, and a pass deflection, which is really, really low given what we're used to seeing from Darius Leonard, but it ultimately didn't really matter. Kenny Moore with 6 tackles as well, had 5 solo tackles as well, 2 pass deflections, and he had the interception too, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He
had 1 interception as well. And Kari Willis had 3 tackles, 3 solo tackles. He had the interception too, didn't he?
Yeah, he had number 2.
And then who was the third one? I forget.
TJ Carey in the last play.
TJ Carey in the last play of the first half. That's right. So 3 total interceptions today, guys. 45 tackles made. There were 3 sacks made today. DeForest Buckner had 1.5. Justin Houston had 1, and Tyquan Lewis had 1. So through 2 games this season, the Colts now have 7 sacks on the season. So if you think about that, guys, if you compute that, that's 56 sacks on the season. If the Colts keep this pace up, they're on pace for 56 sacks. That will probably be amongst the top in the NFL when it comes to sacks. So that's great to see that the Colts are getting pressure. Tackles for loss 3 today. There were 9 pass deflections in today's game, 7 QB hits, with DeForest Buckner getting the majority of those. That was 4. So, I mean, Cody, I think it's safe to say, man, like we preached all week, more efficient pass rush, right? That's how we're going to get to, that's how we're going to get to Kirk Cousins, make him uncomfortable. And the Colts did that today.
They did. They did a good job at it. I mean, really, what is it, 2.5? I mean, it didn't like eye-popping sacks, but like the pressure was there a lot more.
It was there a lot more.
Making Cousins step up and making him run out of the pocket, doing all this stuff, disrupting him. I mean, it won't show up. I feel like they had more sacks last week, ironically, but we felt like the pressure was more consistently there on Kirk Cousins.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy. Just like the tackle numbers, like there really wasn't anyone that stood out in the tackle numbers. But then again, you have to look at the Vikings offense, right? I mean, before that last drive, Kirk Cousins was 8 of 22 going into that last drive for the score. 8 of 22.
Yeah.
The dude threw for like 40%. He threw for 40% completion percentage all game. He had less than 100 yards. Guys, he finished with a QB rating of 15.9.
Wow.
He actually, at the beginning of the second half, Cody, I looked this up. I looked on, it was actually at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins had a 4.8 QB rating going into the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Think of that, man. Like the Colts just, and don't worry, Corona Clash Royale. We'll talk about Hot Rod here in a minute. We'll certainly give him his fair share of love, but we're sticking with the defense right now. But I mean, it's amazing too. And also, here were the keys to victory, right? What did we say was the biggest thing? Getting more consistent pressure, right? That was obviously one of the big ones. We did that. What did we do? What did we say? Keep Adam Thielen away from the football.
Yes.
He was not even their leading receiver. Yeah. It was Justin Jefferson, who had 3 catches for 44 yards.
He had 3 catches for 31 yards. And honestly, 2 of those catches came in the first drive.
Yeah, so Thielen caught 1 ball outside of the first drive. That's exactly what we said you needed to do. Keep Thielen off of it. Don't let him be the key factor. And it honestly felt like Kirk Cousins was trying to force the issue.
Yeah, it did. And that's what we're saying. He's as opposed to Gardner Minshew, we said, okay, Kirk Cousins takes a lot more risks, right? We said he does that sometimes. He forces balls into places. You're going to have a lot more chances to get interceptions, force turnovers. It happened. That's exactly what happened.
FaZe Waterhose, no, Kirk Cousins was not paid $150 million. He was paid an $80 million fully guaranteed contract, though, when he signed with Minnesota. So either way, they're still paying him $80 million guaranteed money to be the quarterback. That's what you get, though. Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing was, I'm seeing that comment from GV in here saying, like, how are you going to get tackles when they couldn't catch the ball? That's the point. Like, it's funny because I said that too. Like, they didn't. There wasn't a lot of opportunities to make tackles because Kirk Cousins wasn't completing passes. So there was that. And the funny thing is, like, I don't know if you were getting this vibe too, Cody, but it felt like Minnesota was doing the exact same thing we did last week. Tried to force the issue with the pass, didn't rely on the run game as much. I mean, Dalvin Cook had 14 carries for 63 yards. That was 4.5 yards carry. They just kind of got away from him.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I didn't quite understand why. I didn't quite understand why that was the way they wanted to go about it. But yeah, I mean, the linebackers couldn't really do much. They couldn't get any tackles because, there really wasn't much going on. But I heard Darius Leonard almost had a diving pick.
He almost did. Yeah.
He almost did. So tell me, dude, about Julian Blackmon, how he looked in the first half, because I didn't get to see the first half. I didn't get to see much of that first half.
He looked good, man. He really did. There was a couple tackles he made that were really good, and there was a pass like he forced incomplete because he just hit the receiver so hard he dropped it. He also had a hand in basically tipped the pass to Corey Willis, so he looked really good. He looked really good in the passing department, and also he's a big hitter too, so he looked really good overall.
We told y'all this guy plays like Bob Sanders. He's a bigger Bob Sanders, and I'm so excited to finally have Julian Blackmon ready to go. I mean, the defensive line, dude, I got to go back to that because, I mean, dude, what a day for DeForest Buckner, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, he got a lot more one-on-ones today, and man, did he take advantage of it. He take advantage of it.
Yes. That's what we were hoping for, man.
That's what we were really hoping for. And I mean, kudos to the Colts too for stepping up in the run game. 18 total carries for Minnesota for 80 yards. I mean, they had a good yard average, but they just didn't seem to want to continue to run the ball, which is weird because it was working for them pretty decently up until the Colts started clamping down on that defensive line.
Yes.
I don't know about you. I don't know if you saw this, but for one, DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart did an amazing job of blowing back the middle of the line, like keeping Dalvin Cook from getting a chance to hit the line at full speed. Like they were blowing their guys back into the backyard. So that way they were able to stop them. And Danico Autry and those other boys did a really good job of keeping outside contained.
They did. They really did. Yeah.
Danico Autry surprised me too. I mean, Danico Autry actually had a couple of good tackles that kept Dalvin Cook from getting anywhere. I mean, he actually had himself a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm. He did. Yeah. Oh, this whole defensive line played really well, honestly. Like every single guy that got significant snaps played good, and it was great to see. So this defensive line, they I don't want to say they struggled, but they a little bit in the first half last week against Jacksonville. We said, what did they say? The Colts have to play like they did in the second half against the run against Jacksonville. And what did they do? They played pretty well against it.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, give credit to the secondary. I mean, this secondary just played out of their minds today. I mean, give kudos to the guys that deserve it. Kenny Moore had his hands on the ball all day. Julian Blackmon, his first game, stepping up in a major way. And then TJ Carey, of all things. TJ Carey out there making plays, locking down Thielen multiple times. Kahari Willis, your guy, out there playing really well. I mean, kudos to those guys. I mean, they were playing solid today. Yes, I didn't hear anything about Xavier Rhodes, though. I mean, did you hear anything about him at all?
He had a really good play against Adam Thielen. He got his hand on the ball and knocked it out on third down. So he I didn't hear his name, which is a great sign beyond that play. And I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. And GDW, we're not going to talk about next week's competition, at least not yet. We're enjoying the win while we got it. Let's enjoy the win for 2 days, and then we can start worrying about the Jets next week. But let's just worry about what we're dealing with right here. But Cody, I mean, this team was absent of Rocky Sin all of this game. They didn't have Malik Hooker for half of it. But yet this defense still played really, really solid in the secondary. I mean, does that say anything to you about Hooker and Rocky Sin, or is it just they probably would have done the same thing with Rocky Sin and Hooker all the way through if they were still playing? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, with Hooker, I'm a little bit more inclined to say yes, but like Rocky Ya-Sin was actually not, a lot of people like to crap on him like for last game, but like I felt like he didn't play that bad, last game, honestly. And I felt like, you obviously want Rocky Ya-Sin in there, but I don't know. For Malik Hooker, it always seems like there's certain games where they just get lost back there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It just sometimes seems like they're lost every now and again. That could be a thing. After Rhodes blocked a ball from Thielen, he went cold for the rest of the game. Big ups to Rhodes. I'm hoping for a solid season for him. Hey, I mean, if you're not calling a cornerback's name, that's a good thing. That means that they're not targeting you or that you're not giving up big plays, which is always a good thing, especially if you're Xavier Rhodes. Yeah. I think those Minnesota Vikings fans probably would have enjoyed having Xavier Rhodes on their team for this game because Lord knows they needed it more than we needed him. But oh man, that's so good, dude. I'm so hyped for this. I know people say, "Oh, it was one game. It was against the freaking Vikings." I don't freaking care. The Colts covered the spread by huge.
The Vikings scored 34 points on the Packers last game, and like the Colts
and the Packers
are
absolutely dominating the Lions just now.
Right.
I mean, come on. Packers are a good football team, and the Vikings put up a fight against them. And here we are. We just dominated the Vikings. So say what you want. I don't really care. A win's a win. And the Colts were dominant in this game in every aspect. There was very few things that the Vikings did better than us today. I actually don't think there was anything they did today that was better than what we did. Honestly, I don't believe it.
We outgained them by a lot of yards, like a lot of yards.
Yeah, what was the total yard differential? I actually want to look at that.
Let me check.
Yeah, check that real quick. Yo, did you see the Cowboys came back and won? Oh, I just lost Cody. Yo, the freaking Cowboys came back and freaking won. They were down like 29-10, and they came back and won 40-39.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Dude, the freaking Cowboys won.
I saw that.
They were down 29-10 in the third quarter. They won 40-39.
Wow.
That is so insane, bro. Dak Prescott threw 34 of 47 for 450 yards and one touchdown.
Sheesh.
One touchdown and 450 yards of passing.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to pull up some stats from
the
teams?
Pull up some stats, man. I want to hear some numbers
All right.
today.
The Colts doubled the Vikings in first downs. The Vikings had 12. The Colts had 24. The Colts had, that stuff's not really. The Colts were pretty, they were iffy on third down. That's why I thought like maybe they should, that's why I gave them a B- or whatever. But the Colts ran 20 more plays than the Vikings. They outgained them 354 yards to 175.
Wow, so pretty much doubled their yardage.
And they both had 10 drives together.
And the crazy part is, didn't the Colts didn't they take control of time of possession by over 10 minutes? I think the Colts easily dominated the time of possession.
The Colts had 38.25 time of possession, or 38 minutes and 25 seconds. The Vikings had 21 minutes, 35 seconds.
Wow, they almost doubled their freaking time. See, that is how you win games, guys. That is how you win games. When you can almost double the opposing team's time of possession, you're going to win that game. You're going to win it.
Right. The Colts had they had 151 yards rushing, 203 yards passing. So it wasn't like a 350-yard game, but it was still good. Like it was still really
it's still good. It was still efficient. And the thing is, though, my brother told me this because I didn't watch the first half. Didn't the Colts have much better starting field position and a lot of drives?
Yeah, they did. Because the Vikings, like when Rivers threw that interception, they were like within their own 5, and then they like basically got. They had to punt it, and the Colts had really good field position. They just went down and drived and scored. And then the other time, the Colts penned them with like at the 2-yard line, and that's when they got the safety.
And And I mean, Hines had a good punt return too that put him at the 40-yard line to start the drive. And when Kenny Moore had that interception, we were at the 20. So I mean, it's like there were multiple times where the Colts were almost on our side of the field multiple times. But so I mean, there was less opportunities to get a lot of yards. Basically,
yes, there was
115 of you in the chat. Thank you to every single one of you that are in here watching us and listening to some Colts reaction. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Yes. Freaking. Let's see here. I tried to prepare the league for a rushing game. When healthy, it's in the best in football. Absolutely. Winning streak? I certainly hope so. The Falcons blowing a 20-point lead means things are getting back to normal. For real, though. Alie-Cox was a monster after that miscue. Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, that makes you feel a little more confident, though, going on into future games, doesn't it, though, Cody?
It does.
To know even if Doyle's not there, Alie-Cox can fit into that role.
Right, and Derek, we've talked about it. We said this is a year for Alie-Cox where he can either be Eric Swope 2.0 or he can do something more. And he's shown this game, man, it shows the potential that he has. So I'm very excited to see what he continues to build on this.
Absolutely. Julian Blackmon made some plays today. You know it.
He did.
Felt like Taylor was very hesitant on cuts. Yeah, I think he's still learning, guys. I think he's still learning to hit the cutback. Jonathan's main go-to is to follow the line and just follow the line and not make a cutback. That's not what he does. Wilkins is much better at that, though. Wilkins is better at it. That's how he fits it. But Jonathan Taylor's going to get it. He's going to figure it out. It's going to take him a little bit of time. DS Gooding says Vikings have had roughly 40 minutes of possession time in the last two games, while their opponent in 120 minutes of game time. If your opponent has twice as much time of possession, you'll almost always lose. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
This one here, the red zone offense needs to get better. Yes, that is the one thing that the Colts have to get better. They have to get better at that. That's the one thing that the Colts have not done well so far at the beginning of this season is red zone offense. They just get too cheeky.
Right, and the third down efficiency was atrocious for the Colts today. They were 3 of 11. They have to get better in that department.
Kelvin, we don't know yet. Frank Reich still hasn't given us like any time frame on Jack Doyle's length of injury, but hopefully we're thinking it's not going to be too long. But with Alie-Cox coming being the way he was today, makes me a little less nervous having Jack Doyle out. And because we're going to get Trey Burton in a couple weeks. So the horseshoe is back. Absolutely. That Taylor juke in the first quarter, though. I have no idea. I haven't seen it. All right, let's talk about this. We got to talk about Mr. Hot Rod himself today. I don't even know, like, how many kicks did he have? Didn't he have, like, 4 field goals today?
He had 4 field goals, yeah.
You want to look up like how far away each one was?
Yeah, I got.
I'll just say this, guys. He was hitting them. He was hitting them today. He did really well.
He was 4 for 4. His longest was 44. I know he had two at least 38 yarders.
Okay, I got you. So nothing too crazy today. Like, you know, it's nothing too crazy. He didn't have any super long field goals, but he was hitting the ones that he had, guys, and that's exactly all you need from him. Right. If I can guarantee that Blankenship will hit anything inside of 50, I'll gladly take it. I'll gladly take it.
Yep, that's all we need is consistency, right? That's what you need right there.
Goggles was in the zone. Yeah, that's funny. What about the remainder of the injuries? Well, I mean, Paris Campbell, we don't know yet. We have no idea what exactly his injury is yet. It's either an MCL sprain or it's an ACL sprain. Now, if it's an MCL sprain, Paris Campbell will be back this year. Now, if it's an ACL sprain, he's not. If it's an ACL problem, then it's not. That's going to be an issue. But if it is, should I name my podcast "The Horseshoe is Back"? Hey, do what you want, JDW. You definitely should, man. I mean, we had that in our intro for a while. and then we cut it down for timing issues. But
What did we
hey,
cut
Tristan
down?
Tillman, our other guy, what's up, bro?
What were you saying we cut down?
Oh, we cut down our intro. Remember, we cut down like 15
Oh.
seconds of it, and we
Yeah,
cut that part out.
We
or
still
at
have
least,
the
like,
audio
shortened
for it.
Yeah, I still have the audio for it. Just kind of cut it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, special teams today, man, was good. I mean, you got some decent punt returns, and you had some good kicking from Blankenship and some good punts from Sanchez, the very few that they had. So, I mean, again, it's just another thing of, we fixed the majority of the stuff that we knew we could do. The only issue is now you have to get better in the red zone when you're playing offense, and just third down efficiency is also another thing we got to get better at.
Yep, for sure.
I don't know what else to really talk about here, man. We kind of been rambling on for a while. So
yeah, Luke Rhodes had a nice downing within like the 5-yard line, so that was cool.
I didn't see that. Was that in the first half?
It was right. I think it was right when the safety happened. So I think it was.
Yeah, it was in the first half then, because I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Paris Campbell injury kind of looked like a meniscus tear. Hopefully he'll be okay sooner than later. Well, like we said, guys, if it's an MCL sprain, he might miss like 6 weeks. If he doesn't have to have surgery, then yeah, it'll probably be like about 6 weeks, which obviously sucks, but we'd still get him again this season, which we obviously want and need. But yeah, if it's an ACL, then that'll be an issue. But we're probably going to find out within the next 24 hours what it is. So we can only hope, guys, that it's an MCL problem. We can only hope for that. And I don't know about Malik Hooker yet, but I certainly hope he didn't tear his ACL again. I really don't want him to have that happen again, because he already had that happen at his rookie year. I would hate for him to have to do it again.
That would suck.
Kelvin saying, guys, our red zone / third down play will improve. Keep in mind, these guys aren't in midseason form yet. I'll take today's performance all day. Absolutely, dude. I agree. It's going to take some time. Not everything's going to get fixed, but I think that, we just have to fix those, but that's it. Longtime listener, a lifelong Colts fan, great podcast, fellas. But love, thank you so very much. Oh my God, freaking Camel Wolf found his way in here again. Oh my gosh.
He's pumped, man. Congratulations.
Hey, congrats on your very near escape. You're very, very fortunate to have escaped that one out. But I wouldn't be too happy with the fact that you barely skeeted out against the Atlanta Falcons in your own building. But right. I mean, did the Eagles win today though? I gotta check, because I if they didn't, RB, I'm gonna have to chat with him about that. I gotta see where they did with that. Where is that game? Where is it? The Eagles not play yet. Yeah, they lost. They lost to the Rams 37-19. Jesus.
Gosh, they suck.
Oh, I'm gonna have to call RB. He's probably so pissed. Probably pissed right now. I doubt that, but I mean, he's so funny. Blackman is the truth Colts fan. Excited to see him loose today. I think that I would love to have Julian Blackman on the podcast sometime. I mean, I would really like that. That'd be so cool. But if Campbell is out, T.Y. needs to step it up even more. But ironically, I think Hilton needs to relax and play his game. Yeah, I think so too, because I think Hilton's just done too much talking. Cody, I think he's been a lot more vocal about like his frustrations and his happiness. Like, that's not who you are, man. You gotta just go out and be the quiet son of a gun that you are, and just go be the silent assassin. Go be the ghost. I mean, obviously I don't mind him talking about what he plans to do. I don't mind that at all. But I mean, it just seems like he's just not looked right. He's just not looked mentally there yet.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Juice Crew, for all the work you guys do. Hashtag Colts Nation, like and subscribe, guys. Thank you, DS Gooding, for all that. Hey, you guys need to do what he said right there. Like and subscribe right down below.
Yeah, we gained a good amount today, which is cool.
Which is awesome. Always trying to build the podcast group up. Absolutely. Hey, if you guys want to become channel members, you can always hit that join button right across from that subscribe button. Always a chance to be a channel member. Help support us, and we'll be able to give you guys some stuff back. How about the young defense showing up today? Thoughts on Hooker and how he plays out in Indy? Yeah, I mean, the young guns in defense today were outstanding. I mean, everybody was outstanding on the defense today. I mean, there was not a single person today that I can sit back and say, wow, they didn't have a good game. Every single one of them did. Tyquan Lewis looked like what we expected, finally got himself a sack after 2 years of not seeing him now. Pretty much a year and a half now that we haven't seen him, and now he's finally back and looking like Tyquan Lewis. DeForest Buckner stepping up, the guys in the secondary doing really well. I mean, what more can you not say about this team?
Right.
And the Hooker thing, I don't know. We're going to have to talk about
right.
We're going to just have to talk about that in a video this week, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It depends on the severity of the injury, quite honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to just relax, man. Yeah, the same. A TY doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Just go out there, play your game, bro. He's trying to do more than he does. Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to back up what he says. And it's like, dude, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to back up what you say. You don't even really need to say anything at all. Just go out there and do what you do, man. We know what you're capable of. You make some mistakes, but maybe that'll make T.Y. Hilton better later in the season. Maybe he figures it out because he's the heart of the team. Yep. As long as the Colts, yeah.
I don't know what you can take from this, but Reese Fountain just tweeted something. It doesn't make me very optimistic about Paris Campbell, quite honestly. He says, not gonna lie, today hurt me, man. I'm literally so sick about this one. Love you, 15. I know it's cliche, but God got you. Trust me. You're going to bounce back way harder. 15 on my heart every time I touch that field this season. Shit. I don't know. That just makes me feel like, ugh.
That doesn't make me feel good. But again, all respect to Reese, I don't know if he actually heard anything. Unless somebody else said right off the bat that they know it's an ACL tear, I don't know. But we'll have to see. Just nothing we can really say. Nothing we can really say or do anything about just yet. As long as the Colts keep playing efficiently and effectively, doing what they need to do and take care of the football, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with this year and will be a contender. That's literally what I'm saying. Just at the beginning, as long as they're being efficient, that's all that matters. That's all that matters right now. They don't need to be crazy, but, I mean, you just have to be smart now and get yourself going.
Yeah.
I think once him and Rivers really get a connection and he gets his head right, he will be a force. I agree. I mean, I think a lot of people, Cody, like we have been saying that, we kind of say all the time, oh, the preseason's so bad. The preseason's so bad. Well, I mean, you didn't get OTAs this year. You didn't get mini camp. You didn't get all of these other things that these guys normally get to do. And you didn't get a preseason. So everything was so rushed. Even though Phillip Rivers knew the offense and was able to build some connection, I just think there are still some nerves. I think there's still some issues that still need to be tweaked out. And I think it's going to get there. It's just, going to take a few more weeks to get ready.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Autry with some pressure today. Yep, absolutely, man. It's good to see Autry doing that. Defense was great, but Kirk Cousins is trash. Yeah, but Kirk Cousins isn't that trash every game. Come on, that was a terrible game by Kirk Cousins. Terrible upon terrible. Taylor proved me wrong. No fumbles, baby. I feel much better about that. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had me concerned at all. Like, I've not seen any issues with Jonathan Taylor so far when it comes to that.
Nope, I haven't seen it once.
Dude, this D-line is crazy, and Teray isn't even in right now. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. Just wait till Kamoko Toure comes back and gets in the D-line mix. Going to be a very scary defense in the league. I agree, absolutely. Honestly, I think the run-centric ball control offense looked like a winning strategy for the Colts. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what they needed to do. Let's see. Rhodes left the game with cramps. That true?
I don't know. I didn't
hear about that.
Hear about it, but
it must not have been anything serious. So it's a ruptured patella tendon. I've done it twice. ACL, MCL, meniscus. He's not getting carted off. I say tendon snap down on replay. Not sure what ruptured patella tendon. I don't know. I guess at this point, Cody, we can only just pray. We can only just pray that he's not done for the season, honestly.
Seriously.
Because he was looking so good.
Yeah, sorry. By the way, the Texans are already down 10-0 to the Baltimore Ravens. Just so you're wondering.
I feel bad for the Texans, actually, because like they have the most difficult schedule in the world the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
It's a tendon that holds the kneecap in place. How long does that normally take to heal? Like, does it require surgery? And how long does that take to heal? Eddie's saying, good job by Rivers today. Yeah, I mean, that was a great game by Phillip Rivers today. I mean, he was, again, another 75% completion percentage today. Was efficient. The one interception was not his fault. He would have had 2 touchdowns today if T.Y. Hilton didn't drop it. So, I mean, again, it just looks like that's what we need to do. But Frank Reich needs to call plays like they're playing in the Super Bowl versus the best teams every week. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, Cody, if you can correct me on this. I don't know if you can correct me on this, but when Paris Campbell went out, it seemed like they were telling everyone that it seemed like Frank Reich kind of reverted back to his old ways of saying, run the ball down their throat, and then just everything else follows suit.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
Major surgery, 6 months rehab at least. Well, I mean, let's certainly hope it's not that. Let's certainly hope it's not that. But this will give Darius a chance to really show. Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives a chance for Darius Fountain to show what he's got. But
yeah, him and Patman both will get a shot.
Yeah, probably. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for this stream. We've been going for about an hour now. But yeah, guys, I mean, the Colts won, man. Won in dominating fashion over the Minnesota Vikings. Great to see the Colts fixed a lot of the issues that they had last week. I mean, Cody, last thoughts, man. How you feeling about this one?
Oh, man, I'm so happy about this one. They needed this victory. They needed it so desperately. Like, I'm ecstatic, man.
Absolutely, man. All right, guys, we're going to get going here. Thank you all to everyone who had a super chat. Thank you to everyone that was in here watching. The 120 of you that were in here at one point. And Jack Ward, yes, we did talk about Malik Hooker a little bit, but we will be talking about him this week as we do a few more things. Brian Young is still telling me to do the Ray Lewis dance. I don't know.
If all 112 of you like it, yeah.
I might just have to do do a video of me just doing a Ray Lewis dance. And then every time we get like a super chat, it'll pop up and then it'll just show a picture of or a video of me doing the Ray Lewis dance. Brian, I will hook you up with a Ray Lewis dance at some point, bro. I swear, I promise I will. Yep. But DS Gooding, be well, boys. Thank you, DS Gooding. Thank you. Hit that like button, guys. Like you said, don't worry, guys. I will get you a Ray Lewis dance at some point, but I'm so tired, guys. I haven't even really had a chance to even do anything. So thank you guys so much again. Thank you as always. And as always,